As you just heard in the clip before, in this lesson we're going to be talking about utilizing a forward slant. This particular slant is just on the top two strings. It's the first one that I got really comfortable with. I based this lesson in the key of D major just because of where everything kind of lays on the fretboard, where we kind of learn just that D major scale, but we play it in slants. After we kind of learn that scale, we do some scale sequences with utilizing those slants as an exercise to get really comfortable from getting to the slant from a greater distance. And then, like you heard in the clip before, we really utilize those slants over a chord progression in the key of D. One section in that progression, I'm utilizing the relative minor as well. So I kind of talk about how these two-note kind of chords that we're playing can function as both major and minor chords, and they can function as other chords as well, depending on what the harmony is behind you. If you're interested in accessing this complete lesson, go ahead and click on the link in the video description below. You can also subscribe to my email list. There's another link for that below as well. You'll just receive updates when new lessons are added. Thank you. All right, first we're going to go up the D major scale using the slants. First, I'm just going to show you that, the D major scale is based off that second string. That's kind of my guide right now for going up the scale, which is that 3rd fret, 2nd string. That's your D note, right? And then we'll just go up the major scale. So whole step, E, whole step, F sharp, half step G, whole step A, whole step B, whole step C sharp, then half step again at the 15th fret D. Right? So 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. And that's kind of what I'm using as my anchor to kind of base these slants off of, right? So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to play the 4th fret of the 1st string at the same time that I play the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. That note, the 4th fret of the 1st string, is F sharp, which is in the key of D major, right? So I have to play that. If I went straight across just at the 3rd fret, that's not going to be in the key of D major. It's actually going to be a D minor. Right, so to do that, I got to do a slant where I'm grabbing that 3rd fret of the 2nd string and the 4th fret of the 1st string. And I kind of do that by turning my bar forward to where I can kind of get an angle where I can kind of get those two notes. And I will note, when it gets this low on the neck, they are harder to get in tune. You can kind of hear just a little movement can make a big difference. Right? And then the next one we're going to grab is just the 5th fret on the top two strings across. Right? So if you kind of slide in from that D, the first one's like representing a D chord, up to that 5th fret, which is acting in this case as an E minor chord. Now there are different occasions depending on what's being played in the rhythm or on the other chordal instruments. If someone's playing an E minor, this will work as an E minor chord. But it could also be other chords depending on what's played, what's going on behind with the harmony. But in this case, we're going to call it as we're thinking of it. So it's E minor. We go up to the 7th fret, again straight across, 7th fret on both strings. And that's F sharp minor in this case. That's the 3 chord in the key of D. Right, and then we got to do another forward slant to kind of get our major chord again, right? So these two were minor chords. Now we're going to do a forward slant where we're grabbing the 8th fret and 9th fret of the top two strings. Right? And I'm just trying to keep my left hand as relaxed as possible. Obviously you don't want to drop the bar. And I'm also applying some vibrato to kind of help with my intonation, basically. And that's acting as a G chord. And if I slide that same shape up a whole step, so now I'm at the 10th and 11th fret of the top two strings. That's my A chord, the 5 chord of the scale. And then I'll be at the 12th fret, straight across, 12th fret of both strings. That's acting as the B minor chord in this case. 14th fret. Just from the rules of some music theory, the 7th chord in a scale, in a major diatonic scale, acts as a diminished chord. We're only playing 2 notes here, so yeah, this could be if someone's playing a C sharp diminished underneath you. This would work as a C sharp diminished. These 2 particular notes would also work as a C sharp minor as well. So we'll just call it the 7th chord for now. And then we're going to go another forward slant, again, in that major kind of chord position. Frets 15 and 16.